Switzerland ratified the Paris Agreement in 2017, committing to lower their greenhouse gas emissions at least 30% domestically by the year 2030, compared to their emissions levels in 1990. To show further commitment to the fight against climate change, under the provisions of Article 6 in the same agreement, the Swiss government plans to reduce an additional 20% of emissions abroad in relation to the same time period. In total, if we include national and international reductions, by 2030, Switzerland is pledging to lower greenhouse gas emissions by 50% compared to their emissions in 1990. Article 6 of the Paris Agreement allows for participating countries to work together to meet their emission reduction targets under their national climate plans, also known as nationally determined contributions. To reach this target, Switzerland adopts an ambitious CO2 law. This law sets up regulations for several different industries. For example, every tonne of heating oil sold is subject to a levy, and there are also levies on plane tickets sold. Then the money collected is used to fund green initiatives, such as electric cars or refurbishing buildings to be more energy efficient. In the case of importers of motor fuels, such as diesel and petrol, the Swiss CO2 law requires them to offset up to 90% of the carbon emissions that result from the use of these fuels on the road. The Foundation for Climate Protection and Carbon Offset, KliK, is recognised as the carbon offset grouping of the motor fuel importers and currently numbers more than 40 affiliates. But how does the offset obligation work? For each litre of fuel people use in their cars, a small fee is added by the importers at the gas station. This way, every person in Switzerland is offsetting their fuel emissions by contributing to the funding of mitigation activities. The money collected by the motor fuel importers goes to the KliK Foundation. This money covers all expenses related to the funding of mitigation activities the foundation supports to fulfil the carbon offset obligation of these importers. Motor fuel importers meet their offset obligations by supporting mitigation activities that wouldn't happen otherwise. This leads to the development of low-carbon technology and the conservation of natural resources from all over the world. Starting in 2021, the KliK Foundation will act as the designated agency tasked to acquire international emissions reductions under the Paris Agreement, also known as Internationally Transferred Mitigation Outcomes, ITMO. There are several ITMO activities around the world already under development. Between 2021 and 2030, the KliK Foundation will be leading the process to acquire and deliver more than 50 million ITMOs, each symbolising the reduction of 1 tonne of CO2 kept from reaching the atmosphere.